Providence Television International, the game changer, taking you to the outer limits of television.
Welcome to the maiden edition of the program World Cup Updates on Providence Television International. I am Ugbebo Ikekwa.
And I'm Emmanuel Igariba. It's always a great feeling of nostalgia anytime the World Cup is around, because I've been there, 1982 World Cup in Spain, and I remember that historic and iconic match between Italy and Brazil in the semi-final. Italy, of course, went on to win the cup that year. I remember the great players like Eder playing for Brazil, Socrates, Junior, Falcao, those great players. We can't replicate them anymore, but that's what it is. I'm happy to be part of this World Cup.
Exactly. I really know that you're happy to be part of the World Cup. But I remember how sad you were when you got to know that one of your favorite teams, Italy, would not be in the World Cup.
Yeah, the Azuris, they won't be there. Unfortunately, they are supposed to be one of the frontliners. I don't know if the World Cup will lose its luster because of this. But we have Brazil, we have Argentina, we have Germany, we have England. They are very much around. We are not going to have Cameroon. We have great players from Cameroon. We are not going to have our own Nigeria, for example. And these are giants in their own rights. Exactly. Again, whether Nigeria will enfeeble the whole thing, I don't know. But usually people want to see Nigeria play. Exactly. The last few World Cup tournaments, they want to see Nigeria, not just because of the artistry that they display, but because of the flamboyance. You know, they wear very unique jerseys, you know, and things like that. And there's so much showmanship. Exactly. For instance, they are going to miss out on all of that.
And there are ways of celebrating goals.
Oh, yes. We have a peculiar way of celebrating. The fans have a way of celebrating when a goal is scored. So they are going to miss Nigeria, really. Exactly. And, well, I'm not too sure now if the viewership will be reduced on the basis of that. Okay. Yes. Nigerians, well, they love football. Nigerians love football, so it doesn't matter if Nigeria is playing or not. They're going to watch. They love watching good matches. Exactly. I think that was the bottom line. Yes. So I'm sure that the viewership will be there all over the world. Definitely. Yes.
Definitely. Well, the veteran, Dr. Emmanuel Igariba, doesn't need any introduction. Sports veteran also. He actually did quite some good jobs while he was a sports analyst. He's going to throw so much light into these World Cup updates that will be coming up. But just before we do that, let's take this break for some messages from our sponsors.
The World Cup is here again. The 2026 FIFA World Cup Championship is happening in full stream. A 39-day tournament running from June 11 to July 19, 2026. 3 venues, 48 teams, and a total of 104 matches. It's going to be excitement never before seen in football, with spectacular players showcasing their skills and extraordinary talent. And your frontline station, Providence Television International, will bring you highlights as they unfold on the program World Cup Updates. The program is proudly sponsored by the following: Joe Odu, a great football enthusiast and UK-based public relations consultant; Karam Travels, one of the leading and reliable travel agencies in Nigeria, located at number 66 Airport Road by Akenzoro Junction, Benin City; Professor Peter Eriki, a world-renowned business and finance expert, creating opportunities for young entrepreneurs; Enoche Ogbebo, a name you can't ignore, a global connoisseur of artifacts and promoter of magnificent works of art; Dr. Felix Idahosa, the Chief Executive of Uyi Idahosa Global Ventures, promoting upcoming young musicians by providing financial assistance in records and video productions. Contact address 30 Gapiona Street, Benin City, Edo State. Telephone WhatsApp 1425-750-7027. And lastly, Igbino Odua Desmond Isekure, a remarkable lover of football and member of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC. We thank them for their support and commitment.
Thanks for staying tuned. Well, the World Cup has already kicked off yesterday, actually. And there was this remarkable thing that happened. First of all, Africa started off on the wrong footing. They were beaten by Mexico yesterday with a result 2 to Mexico and 0 to South Africa.
Oftentimes it's dangerous playing with the host country. Yeah, because they have the fans, they have all kinds of privileges going for them. So I was not surprised. I mean, they hosted, and they are one of the hosts. They hosted the match against South Africa.
Yes, exactly.
And they're one of the hosts for this tournament. A huge crowd in their favor. And I think that South Africa played the underdog, obviously.
Okay.
They played the underdog. But I think the margin was just too much. 2-0, I expected something like 1-0. That's what I expected until that mistake was made. But however, it was a good opener for the World Cup. The other match, of course, was Korea Republic and Czech Republic. That ended 2-1 in favor of Korea Republic. Korea is up and coming. It's not their first time out in the World Cup, for example. And I think that this year is going to be really spectacular because there are some teams that are neophytes, in quotes, coming to the World Cup. But as I have often said, I mean, my commentaries there, for instance, I used to say that all teams in the World Cup are all-star sides because they are the best from their region, all right? So you don't expect anyone really to play the role of the underdog. Sometimes you have upsets, some very terrible upsets, and I hope that we're going to see many in this championship. But I also want to say that, yes, there are teams that are they are frontliners. You can't do without saying that. They are frontliners, obviously. But let's talk about, now that we have had a couple of matches, there are others that we follow. For instance, the second set of matches that's talking about Group B now. On Friday, USA versus Paraguay in Los Angeles, and then Canada versus Bosnia-Herzegovina in Toronto. Toronto, of course, is in Canada. The other matches will be coming on Saturday. Group C, we have Haiti versus Scotland in Boston, United States. But Scotland should have an easy way in that match. In Group D, for instance, Australia versus Turkey in Vancouver, in Canada. In Group C, Brazil, one of the favorites, versus Morocco. It's not going to be an easy match, I can tell you. It's not going to be an easy match, but it's going to be in New York. Yeah. Right? In Group B, Qatar versus Switzerland in San Francisco. And on Sunday, wow, in Group E, we have Cote d'Ivoire and Ecuador. Yeah. One should give it easily to Cote d'Ivoire because of their long-standing performances in the World Cup. That will be in Philadelphia, and Germany and Curacao. Curacao, they are newcomers. And I think that should just be an easy one for Germany, which has won the World Cup before. Now, of course, in Group F, we have the Netherlands versus Japan, another tough match. It's not Japan's first time in the World Cup. They've been there before. Netherlands, yes, a great team from Europe. They're playing in Dallas. Sweden, a great European side, will be playing Africa's Tunisia. That's going to be another cracker. They'll be playing in Monterrey in Mexico. So these are some of the matches that we are going to be watching over the weekend.
There was another remarkable issue that came up. It's like FIFA's, how do I put the regulations are becoming stricter. There were 3 red cards yesterday. That was quite surprising for an opening match.
Yes, I think they are trying to reduce the number of injuries that you have. I mean, sometimes these things can be, the matches can become like war, for instance. So they're trying to reduce all of that. The VAR has its own impediments, okay, I mean, though it's computerized, but there are issues that FIFA will be looking at. The delays, for example, when a goalkeeper holds the ball and he delays unnecessarily, he gets a card, right? There are many more cardable offenses now than never before. I think that's one of the things that also make this tournament different from the previous ones, okay? So, but altogether, we want to watch very seamless matches where injuries are reduced to the barest minimum. And I think that some of these matches can be very volatile, particularly when it's when the tournament goes into the final stages, from the quarterfinals and all of that. So that's what I think.
All right, let us also come down to an issue as regards preparations for the World Cup. We're still on FIFA now. The issue where a referee was denied entry or rather participation in the FIFA World Cup, an African referee. And FIFA seemed to have no power over the issue. It was denied a visa and it was denied entry.
I think the reasons were given. We carried the story.
Yeah, we carried the story that he had terrorist ties.
Yes, he has a tag with terrorists and things like that. But I think it even goes beyond that. Nigerian referees, not Nigerian referees, African referees did not perform too well during the Nations Cup, you remember? Yeah, they did not perform well at all. And FIFA itself was very much disturbed. And that's why I think that a lot of them have not been invited. Yes, cutting corners and taking very terrible decisions in the field of play. So, but that's the way it is. It's a pity, but nobody has said anything to the contrary as to this guy from Somalia who has been denied visa entries and things like that. Nobody, as far as I know. So, but he said it himself. He may have made a conjecture, really, that that's what happened, based on suspicions and things like that. But, however, it is obvious that they are not going to take chances, particularly because of the America-Iran war. For instance, not just Iran, but Iraq as well. There have been hostilities between these three countries. The two on one side and America on the other side. And people are now saying, by the way, that America should not have been allowed to host the championship, knowing their proclivities to all sorts of things. And that FIFA, this is sad to say, but a lot of pundits are saying now that a time will come when there will be two governing bodies of football, FIFA and one other body. Yes, that's political. But again, you cannot remove politics from sports. No, you cannot. They are tied together. And this is why I think that people are already thinking in that direction, that a lot of decisions have been made lately by FIFA that not quite go down well with many nations. Yes, and if you have a split, it means that many nations will go outside of FIFA, and then they will go the other way. But I don't pray for that, quite frankly. I don't pray for that.
Some individuals are claiming that it had racist connotations, because even Canada has been able to come out to say that he can come and officiate matches in Canada. Mexico also made that same offer. And then why is the US? Is it because of this present thing as regards immigration, the fight against...
all targets against Trump. You know that. Yes, Canada is not the best of friends in this circumstance. Unfortunately, the three countries are in the same continent, North America. All right? Well, if you say one against two, it means that US against Canada and Mexico. They are more liberal, I mean, in terms of their visa documentations and things. I'm talking about Canada and Mexico. But US is quite strict, going by the Trump administration. All right, they're quite strict, and that's why, in fact, people are saying that no, the US should not have been involved in all of this. But you see, the US has the best of facilities, more than enough. If you put all of this together, they have more than enough facilities. So at any point in time, even when they don't have to vie, and for people to come and inspect facilities, they're always ready. And it's not the first time that they're hosting big competitions like this. The Olympics, they have hosted the Olympics many, many times, effortlessly. So I think that's one of the reasons why FIFA could say that, yes, we rely on America in terms of facilities and all of that. But again, talking about politics, a lot of things are getting thrown up now, and you can't avoid that.
Exactly. Talking about the political angle, it took quite some time before the Iranian team were able to be allowed access to even play.
They had to shout to the whole world.
They had to shout to the whole world, exactly.
Yeah, they had to shout. And in fact, if they hadn't done that, it means that they would just have gone through the window. But they shouted, and the whole world was against that decision. Exactly. And that's why, not even, look at South Africa, for instance. That's not the fault of the United States. It was their own domestic problem. All right, not having the right documentation, visa documentations and things like that. And they were delayed at the airport for quite some time. You remember, we also had that on our news.
Yes.
All right, so there are these cleavages here and there. But I think that the tournament has taken off to a good start. We thank God for that. And I pray that it remains so throughout the entire period. It's 39 days of wonderful action. And let me also say that there are, well, we know this already, 104 games throughout 16 cities, all right, in the US, Mexico, and Canada. So this thing is really widespread, okay? And a new round of 32 knockout stage has been added, meaning that a team must now win 8 matches to lift the trophy. That's quite challenging. It's very challenging indeed, and it's a clean break from what has always been happening. We used to have 32 teams in the championship.
Yes.
Now in the whole tournament, we have 48. Okay, 12. I'll call them zones, not even groups. But that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just take you back a little to politics. Should national politics, when I say national politics, when it comes to countries, their political ways, should it affect the running of the game of football?
Yes, for individual countries. I mean, if a country is not doing well, you can imagine what, typically Nigeria, for instance. I mean, if we lose out in the World Cup, you can imagine the feelings of the people. Yeah, because they are very emotive, particularly when it comes to football. Not so with some other sports, but football particularly is the main thing when you talk about sports around the world. I mean, look at the euphoria around the World Cup now. That's why they say that it is the greatest spectacle in the whole world. So it is tied to the apron strings of every administration. You can imagine. Look at Ghana, for instance. They're in this World Cup.
Yes.
But they lost a match, I think, somewhere some time ago, and their coach was sacked.
That's true.
Just because of that. I can't remember the match now, but he was sacked on the eve of the appearance at the World Cup, and they qualified. Okay. By the way, but the coach was sacked.
Yes.
Yes, the coach was sacked, which was really terrible because the guy led them to the World Cup, but because he lost a match somewhere, they had to sack him. And it has happened here, even in Nigeria, many times. That yes, we have not done well in a particular tournament, and the coaches showed the way out. Okay. All right, but look at the Nigerian coach now, for instance. He took to the brink. Coach Chele, but because he did so well in all of these matches, he was left off the hook, even though the whole thing became controversial. But look at what even FIFA has done. Yes. They were very silent on the elimination of Nigeria. Exactly. They didn't want to rock the boat, but they were just silent and quietly they said that Zaire, the Republic of Congo rather, has qualified. Nobody, there was no peculiar statement on that, but everybody now knew that Nigeria.
Brings it to the issue of politics in FIFA. Should it be allowed?
There's nowhere where you don't have politics. I will tell you this: even before a FIFA president is elected, you know the amount of connectivity that will go on all over the world. It will lobby presidents, it will lobby national associations to become the president. And don't forget, the president of FIFA is a global figure.
Yes.
Anywhere he goes to in the world, he's given a red carpet treatment.
Exactly.
So is the president of the Olympic Committee, IOC, for instance. Yeah. So, but particularly football. Yes. And this is true. The FIFA president is an iconic figure. Yeah. Joe Havilland, for instance, when he was president, he was known all over the world, from Brazil.
That's true.
He was known all over the world. And I believe that in this case, it's not going to be different. It's not going to be different. In any case, it will never be different because there's so much politics in sports. Even our local environment here, where a guy wants to become the chairman of the NNF. Exactly. Yeah, National Football Federation. You know how much connection he has to make to be in the books of the powers that be. So it's the same all over.
Still on the World Cup, we lost our chances of going to that World Cup because the issue of the Democratic Republic of Congo did not have to come in if we were prepared, which everybody says is the full fault of the NFF in the course of appointments of coaches.
Well, that's what some people say, that if we had won outright.
Exactly.
Yes, these controversies would not have arisen. We didn't have to. It's like we say in local politics here. Why must elections end in the courtroom? Election results, for instance. Why must they end in the courtroom? And the same thing goes with qualification for the World Cup. Why must it be decided by the arbitration panel? Okay. Yeah, I didn't like that. I mean, obviously, I didn't like that. And, well, they brought down, it came down heavily on us in terms of national ego and all of that. So, but I hope that Nigeria has learned a lesson, and from now on we should be prepared to take up challenges and win outright. So in that case, there will be no controversy.
All right. Yesterday, just as regards the World Cup, I actually went around town to see how people are reacting to Nigeria not being in the World Cup. And you know, for that first match that started by 8 o'clock, the streets were practically dry.
That's what I said. Nigerians just love football. Whether Nigeria is playing or not, they want to. By the way, don't forget that some of these countries in the World Cup, they have players that are very close to the hearts of Nigerians. Mbappe, for instance, he plays for France. Okay, Salah, favorite, he plays for Egypt. Egypt is in the World Cup. So the day Egypt will play, they will want to watch Salah. Yeah, they will want to watch some other player. And that reminds me, really, I think I have some names here that you consider to be the players to watch. Yes, and there are many. I think I have about 7 here.
Okay.
There are much more than that. But I think the viewers around the world will want to watch out for Lionel Messi, as usual.
Oh, yes.
This may just be his last dance. 6th appearance in the World Cup. Might just be his last dance alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay. Cristiano Ronaldo, 6th tournament appearance, and he's a lethal forward player any day. The ultimate goal scoring machine is Kylian Mbappe of France. They want to watch him. The day France is playing, they are not going to watch just the national side of France. How will Mbappe mesmerize his opponents? They'll watch out for him. We have Erling Haaland of Norway, who is a great player, known for his superb dominance in the field of play. Of course, we can't forget to talk about Henry Kane of England. Okay, he plays from Bayern Munich in Germany, but he's a deadly striker any day. Deadly striker. We can't forget him. Vinicius Junior of Brazil, a dazzling forward. Yes, in the realm of Socrates and Zico, dazzling forward from Real Madrid. Okay, so a great dribbler on the flanks. That's Junior for you. Lamine Yamal, Spain, a great player, an impactful young dribbler, takes the center stage for Spain's highly dynamic midfield. These are some of the players I'm looking at. But I also look at the teams, the front runners. For the teams, for instance, we cannot forget Brazil. They are still favorites. Argentina, Spain, France, and England. These 5. And you will watch that they are on top of their zones. I keep calling them groups. Yeah, they're on top. And it is expected, I said there's a major upset, that all of these teams will get into the quarterfinals. That's the way things are arranged. Yes, and FIFA, well, rightly or wrongly, they may be protective of them because it's more money for FIFA. I mean, if Brazil loses out in the first round, for instance, that's the end. Yes, nobody will go to the stadium anymore. Yes, that's what has always been happening. So, but I believe that these 5 teams that I've mentioned will get into the top 8 of the championship, except where an upset happens.
All right, well, on the softer side, just before we go, you said something as regards financial gains and all that some time ago in the program. In the course of by going around to see what is happening in town, I also noticed that there's betting outfits. These betting outfits, there was a surge of people before matches. So the World Cup has actually tripled, give or take, their patronage.
People are going to win massively. They're also going to lose very massively. And you will see people will cry because they will bank on certain teams for victories and things like that. They will disappoint them. But the good thing is that it's more money for the home country. There's more money for Nigeria, for instance, because we have a large crowd of football lovers in this country. We are simply enthusiastic, more than enthusiastic, you know, and we are very, very emotive when it comes to World Cup matches. But it's an added value, you know, Bet Nigeria and
yes.
You know, it's a good opportunity for people who can figure it out very positively. They will win. I mean, people will smile with a lot of money, but people will also drown in tears. Yes, losing pretty badly. Yeah, that's the way life goes anyway.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, well, I want to let you know that the program World Cup updates will keep on. Just like the name suggests, World Cup updates, we'll keep on giving you updates. But as usual, in every of our program, the CEO has a parting shot.
Well, the passing shot would be that, and this is the mistake we have always made, really, in this country. we lose out in the World Cup and we wait till another long period. Whereas countries that know what they are doing, they start from that moment when they lose out. Yeah. I should expect that Nigeria right now should begin preparing, because 4 years will just be around the corner. Yes. You think that it's a long time. It's not. Because in the next couple of years, the preliminaries will start. And then we'll start making these gestures. No. A good country, a good footballing country should start preparing immediately after the World Cup. When the World Cup finishes in about 38 days from now, we should start preparing, particularly now that we didn't appear in this Mondial. I believe that, yes, we can do a lot better. We can do a lot better. What it means, therefore, is that we must take every championship very seriously. And every match we play in every championship or tournament must be tackled with so much seriousness. Yes, that's my take.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming to the studio. And for you, viewer out there, I say thank you so much. On this note, I wish you a happy weekend.